In a classic case of international crime, 3 UK nationals have been sentenced to lengthy prison terms for their roles in a sophisticated drug trafficking operation. Their scheme, which saw crystal meth smuggled to Australia, could have flooded the streets with drugs worth up to £4.3 million. However, due to work by law enforcement on both sides of the globe, their plan was stopped in its tracks. Yvonne Stewart, 55, from the London borough of Croydon, found herself in the eye of the storm. Alongside her were Kevin Filkins, 54, from the quiet town of Sevenoaks in Kent, and Robert Hamilton, 53, from the suburban town of Orpington. These three masterminds were convicted in January 2023, following an investigation by the Organised Crime Partnership, a collaborative unit that merges the expertise of the National Crime Agency and the Metropolitan Police Service. The saga began with a significant bust in Australia, where 24 kilograms of crystal meth were seized by the Australian Border Force and the Australian Federal Police. The trail of evidence led straight back to the UK, pinpointing the shipment from Croydon dated 25th of June 2021. Australian authorities discovered the shipment, a package labelled 2 glass Buddhas, that had arrived in New South Wales. Yet, instead of spiritual luck, the package contained nothing but pure crystal meth. There had been no attempt to conceal the drugs, which hinted at an inside job, as security checks were evidently bypassed. Back in the UK, the OCP swung into action. CCTV footage from the cargo centre in Croydon revealed Stewart, an insider in the cargo sector, handling the package. The footage also captured Filkins dispatching the shipment. The trail of evidence was becoming clearer, but more pieces needed to fit the puzzle. Phone records proved invaluable. At critical moments, Stewart was on the phone with Hamilton, who in turn communicated with Filkins. Hamilton played the pivotal role of middleman, connecting Filkins with Stewart, whose insider knowledge was crucial for the operation. It wasn't just a one-off incident. Records show that this trio had orchestrated 2 other shipments to Australia on the 2nd and 24th of June 2021. The named senders on all 3 shipments turned out to be the individuals whose passports had been stolen. One consignment was paid for using the card registered to one of these unfortunate souls, and both this card and one of the stolen passports were discovered during a search at Filkins' home, which really does baffle me and shows some of these criminals are really not that smart. I mean, who's going to leave that sort of evidence at your home address? Filkins' movements were tracked, revealing that both his phone and his vehicle had travelled from his home in Sevenoaks to the vicinity of Croydon Cargo Centre on the morning of the 25th of June. This put Filkins at the scene, confirming his direct involvement in the dispatch of the drugs. In April 2022, Stewart, Filkins and Hamilton were arrested on suspicion of exporting Class A drugs. The trial at Croydon Crown Court culminated in their conviction on the 13th of January 2023. Hamilton faced additional charges of possession with intent to supply a Class B drug and production of a Class B drug, as several cannabis plants were discovered at his residence upon arrest. Richard Smith from the OCP highlighted the group's cunning strategy, exploiting Stewart's insider knowledge of the cargo industry to smuggle drugs undetected. Yet their carefully crafted plan unravelled thanks to the collaborative efforts of the NCA and the Australian Federal Police, who dismantled this criminal supply chain. On the 31st of May 2024, justice came down hard at Croydon Crown Court. Stewart and Filkins each received 12-year sentences, while Hamilton was handed 13 years and 6 months. Detective Superintendent Callum Hughes, AFP Senior Officer in London, emphasised the severe risk and consequences of such criminal activities. He noted that the excellent relationship between the AFP and UK law enforcement agencies such as the NCA has heightened the chances of identifying and prosecuting criminal groups. This case shows the far-reaching arms of organised crime and the global nature of the drug trade. The quiet suburbs of Sevenoaks and Orpington might seem an unlikely backdrop for such illegal activities, but the underbelly of crime often lurks where least expected. Croydon, a bustling borough known for its vibrant community and significant role as a commercial hub, found itself at the centre of this international crime story. Stewart, levering her position within the cargo sector, facilitated the illegal exportation of drugs, demonstrating how insider access can be exploited for criminal gains. The successful dismantling of this drug trafficking operation was a testament to international cooperation. The OCP and Australian authorities worked seamlessly, sharing intelligence and resources to bring the perpetrators to justice. Detective Sergeant Christy Cressy of the AFP, stationed in London, reflected on the importance of the AFP's international network. The AFP obtained intelligence during an Operation Ironside investigation in Australia about an organised crime syndicate allegedly operating in the UK and sending parcels of illicit drugs offshore. We worked closely with our counterparts at the National Crime Agency to share intelligence that identifies members of the syndicate operating in the UK and stop their criminal ventures. As the convicted individuals begin their lengthy prison terms, their story serves as a cautionary tale. The temptation of quick profits from the drug trade is overshadowed by the significant risks and inevitable downfall. The work of law enforcement agencies in the UK and Australia not only disrupted a major drug supply chain, but also sent a clear message: those engaging in such activities will be caught and prosecuted. This case underscores the importance of cooperation in the ongoing fight against drug trafficking. The joint efforts of the NCA, Metropolitan Police and AFP ensured that justice was served, protecting the public from the scourge of illegal drugs. As the global community continues to combat organised crime, the lessons learned from this operation will most certainly strengthen future similar cases. And so, the streets of Croydon, Sevenoaks and Orpington return to their usual rhythms, with a stark reminder of the hidden battles fought to keep them safe. In the end, the long arm of the law prevailed, proving once again that crime, no matter how cleverly disguised, does not pay. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Drop me a like if you're still with me, and while you're at it, make sure you drop me a subscribe if you're not already. And don't forget to press the notification bell so you won't ever miss any of my future videos. And also, go check out some of my previous videos if you haven't already watched them. It's a new YouTube channel, but I'm just starting out and I'm getting there bit by bit, video by video. So any little bit of engagement really does help me right about now. So yeah, anyways, thanks for all that, and I'll catch you on the next one, people.